All right, welcome in everybody. As it is the fantasy guys here for season 2. Hope you guys did well in your football season last year. I know I certainly did. Got a runner-up finish, to one of these guys actually that's here with us today, if I do remember right. So great opening episode for you guys. We're gonna do our top 5 rookies you should target in this year's fantasy draft, as well as a rookie sleeper. You might want to wait till that very last round to go ahead and use that pick on. So we're gonna get it started here. So first, let me make the rounds. So first, let's send it over to the one, the only Joey Siracos. Talk to him.
What's up? Welcome back to another beautiful year. If you realize this is the place to come for you to win fantasy gold. I know we've said it time and time again, but that's the truth. And that's all we bring you guys. So, I'm going to pass it on back to Mr. Eric, our fearless leader. He is the only saint in my book.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of the Saints, I think they're going to have a very good year this year, but that's going to be for a later episode. Let me send it over to our next fantasy guy. That is Trey Lewis Sands. Trey, talk to him.
Ready to go. The champ is here. The tie, the belt. Let's go.
All right. All right. So without further ado, let's get it going. So Joey, who are your top 5 rookies to target in order and your sleeper?
All right. So top 5. This was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. This year, it's weak. It's weak all around. I know that everyone talked about the quarterback class being weak. I don't see a lot of studs, to be honest with you. There's a couple people I like. So 5 was easy. 10 would have been tough. All right. So top 5, this class is terrible. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like this class at all. This class does not do anything for me. And I'm probably going to draft, maybe 1 or 2 of these rookies just because I can't help myself. But, 10 would have been real tough. I think the top 5, I'm going to start with number 5 for you guys. So number 5 is going to be probably hands down the best receiver in the class. He's 5 only because he may not be there week 1. He may be there week 4. He may get hurt again. It's Jameson Williams. He's in a great position, great place to play. The guy's a stud. If he comes back, I'm sure he does. There's plenty of other receivers in the past that had injuries similar, and they didn't have an issue. So Jameson Williams, number 5. We're going to move on to number 4. This other people may shock you, may raise some eyebrows. He may be considered a sleeper in other cages of the world, but I'm going with my man, Danny Gray. This guy's a stud. He runs a sub 4.4. He's going with Trey Lance, who's taking over the number 1 role for San Francisco. This guy's got a rocket, man. And, one thing you do when you buy a rocket, you buy somebody that you can't overthrow. And that's exactly what Danny Gray provides. So he falls in at number 4. Number 3, Drake London. I mean, look, this guy's just going to get the volume, plain and simple. Drake London he's a volume guy. I don't like anything else about him. So I'm going to get him simply because of volume. And in fantasy world, volume equals points. Points equals wins. Wins equals the gold, right? So number 2 is going to be Treylon Burks. He's, second to Jameson Williams, the number 2 receiver in the class. He's a big burly guy, but he's got some legs on the field. You look at the tape, he's not fast on a 4.4, but he's got some legs when he plays. And number 1 is going to be my man, Breece Hall. So this guy, going to probably the worst team in the history of the world and football circles, but Breece Hall is definitely going to be there. There's a reason they drafted a running back early, and it's a need, and this guy's going to get the volume as well. Like I said, volume is key. So now I'm going to hit you guys with a sleeper. Eric graciously asked me to give you someone that you can take at the last pick, last round of the draft. This guy is he's going to take one whole position away from you guys. You don't have to worry about it. And it's going to be my man, Jonathan Garibay, Dallas Cowboys. Rookie kicker, my man. You don't have to draft a kicker to the last pick. Mr. Irrelevant could potentially save you guys from having to deal with anything and win a couple games. Just because he's on a firepower offense, Dallas is going to score points. This guy's going to get some kicks. And then I'll kick it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. I got to say, I like those 5. Jameson Williams, I think, has a potential to be a breakout. I mean, he's my favorite receiver coming into the class. However, injury concerns. Plus, I don't know if I like the situation for him. I don't know if I trust Jared Goff to get him the ball downfield, but definitely like the potential there. Trey, what did you think of Joey's 5?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were good. I thought they were good overall. I mean, there's a couple people that I feel he's a little hyped about, but hey, man, Joe's got the goods, man. Joe's got the goods. I'm not gonna count Joe out, man.
Yeah. I think I agree. I think Joey kind of nailed that 5. I like those picks. So Trey, what's your top 5? Give us your top 5 and your sleeper.
Treylon Burks. So, there's a couple things people want to talk about Robert Woods, but let's get down to the business. AJ Brown shipped to the Philadelphia Eagles. So that just freed up 100 and plus targets. This guy is a lock. Let me repeat that. A lock for 110 to 120 targets guaranteed. So since 2010, out of all the rookies that were drafted in these spots, right, each one averaged about 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. This guy, depending on what Woods comes back, you have Ryan Tannehill still there. There's a lot of good moving pieces. He is a stud. At number 4, Kenneth Walker. So joining the de facto starter with, Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny lit up the last 4 games, 135 yards plus, 5 touchdowns. He's a stud, right? Here's the thing. If you put on the tape with Kenneth Walker, this guy at any time, it's definitely not going to be something where it kind of makes me nervous about Penny. Like at first I was like, man, Penny's going to be the guy. Now I'm a little nervous about it because I feel like he's going to go in there. This is a guy you can draft and eventually might be the starter in a run first offense. They have a horrible pass. So this could be huge. All right. Going to number 3, Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. My man, the Dan Marino era is back. Pittsburgh quarterback. The dude is a stud. He's got the swagger. And here's the thing. It's Travinsky he's going against. I mean, Travinsky is not the greatest, talent in the world here. We've seen some flashes from Travinsky, but I think you could see this Pickett guy take over the starting position pretty soon. And who does he have? Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. He's got this new guy, George Pickens. He's got Pat Frymouth. I hope I said that right. Sorry, Pat. He's got Harris, offensive line. This guy could be really good. I mean, he really, really could be good. 2, Breece Hall. Going with my man Joe over there, man. Over with the Jets. So here's the deal. He's joining Carter, right? And I was a big fan of Carter last year, if you remember. But here's the thing. They drafted this guy to be the starter. So very least, he's splitting carries with Carter. Very best, he's going to see the field. I mean, this guy is he's a 3-down back with 4.3 speed. Watch the tape. This guy could be a home run hitter. Who knows? I mean, the Jets got a lot of good pieces this year. If Beckham can stay healthy, this could be special. I know I'm saying that with the Jets. Oh my God, that's terrible, right? So going to number 1, my man, Drake London. So when I set up this top 5 thing, the one thing I wanted to look at was impact players that can impact your fantasy team right away. Drake London is the bona fide number 1 receiver. If he doesn't finish number 1 in targets, he's going to finish number 2 behind Pitts by just a slight. So here's the concern. Mariota, right? But they're going to be down almost every game. If you watch this guy, some people say Devontae Adams. I'm saying Mike Evans, man. Look at this guy. He catches everything. He trucks people. The tape is unbelievable. So I got the special now going for these sleepers, right? I am sorry I'm going to do this, but it was a tie between 3 guys. I want to get a little love for these 3 guys. Chris Olave. Okay. I know this stuff just happened with them getting the receiver. Look, Jarvis Landry, Juice has come over. This guy is the best route runner I have ever seen in this class. It's not even close. He's playing in an indoor dome. And look, this has the thing of Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning type feel. This guy, literally, his separation is huge. Moving on to another one, Christian Watson, okay? 6'4", right? 4.3 speed. And this guy goes to the Senior Bowl, blows it up. The cornerbacks are saying he was a receiver of the week. And Aaron Rodgers, let's be real, has nothing. He's going to have to make it work. Let's be real. He has to. And then one more, James Cook. Man, I can't believe nobody's talking about James Cook. Devin Singletary, excuse me, is terrible in the pass catching. At very least, Cook is going to be the pass catching guy. Check this out. The guy from Washington, McKissick, was going to Buffalo. He is going to very least have the McKissick role, and at very best overtake Singletary for the role in an unbelievably high offense. That's a nice sleeper that you might be able to get in the last rounds as well, man. Back to you, Eric. Sorry that was a little long, but I had to give a little love.
No, I loved it. I loved all your energy there, and I loved your picks. I think you made a lot of great points. I definitely like the point you made about Drake London. They're going to be playing from behind a lot in Atlanta. That always equals volume as well. Think Blake Bortles with Jacksonville. Blake Bortles used to be a good fantasy player just for his late game, catch up, easy garbage points, things of that nature. So no, I think you hit the nail on the head there as well. Joey, what'd you think of Trey's 5 picks and his sleepers?
Look, man, let's just start off by being completely and bluntly honest. Trey Sands has more championship rings than I have fucking underwear, okay? Sorry for cursing, but that's the truth. Look, this guy, he wins. And me and him, we go on a power struggle every year in the same division every year. We bolster our teams. He's just a lot smarter than me. And he stops trading. I don't. I have a sickness. It's like a disease, right? So, but the man's got talent. He can find sleepers. He's good at that, and I'll give him that. But one thing I'm gonna knock on his top 5, and that's Kenneth Walker. I mean, he's going to a dumpster fire. This offense has 3 starting running backs. They don't know their ass from their elbow. Their fucking star quarterback ran out of there to go anywhere. Pete Carroll's turning 90, right? 72, I think, coming up. But this team's on the way down. They're a run-first offense, but when they're down 31-0 and they have no quarterback to throw the ball, guess what? That's not 9 people in the box. That's probably 10 or 12 people in the box. Other than that, though, no, I liked it. He's got good insight. The man knows his stuff. He does his research. You should check out his website one day, but I'll let him post that.
Thank you for that. So now, without further ado, it's yours truly's top 5 and sleepers. Here we go. So coming in at number 5, I have Breece Hall, running back for the Jets. Breece Hall is a phenomenal talent. I had him as my number 2 running back coming into this draft behind Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker did not make my list, however, because, as Joey just mentioned, I don't like the situation. Breece Hall, to be fair, I don't like the situation either. I think Jets running backs have had a tendency to not get it done. Think Le'Veon Bell after the big contract. I have to see something from Jets running backs before I trust them with a pick. That's why I have Breece Hall down here at 5. At number 4, I have Kenny Pickett, quarterback from the Steelers. I think he wins this job in the preseason. This guy, as much as he's got a good arm and is accurate, he is sneaky athletic. They will use this guy in running situations as well. They can run a little RPO when you get close to the goal line there. He'll get you some rushing touchdowns as well. 6 points is always better than 4. This guy has the talent and he has weapons there. I think this is actually an upgrade from what Roethlisberger was for them last year. Don't sleep on Kenny Pickett. Get him on your team. It's a good backup quarterback in a situation where, heaven forbid, your starter goes down. Kenny Pickett can come in and win you games. At number 3, I have Chris Olave, wide receiver, New Orleans Saints. Let me tell you right now, this guy ran 4.27 unofficial at the combine. They officially clocked it at 4.31. Point is, he has speed to throw away. Not only that, he is an elite route runner. This guy can literally make a defender miss just by tilting his head. He is fantastic. And Jameis Winston has a cannon of an arm. He's not, it's going to be deep balls all day. Think Deshaun Jackson here. I'm predicting about 875 yards and 7 to 8 touchdowns for Chris Olave this year. Target him in your drafts. Number 2, I have Treylon Burks. He is going to be A.J. Brown for them this year. That is what he's going to be. He's got a Deebo Samuel type build to him. He is very athletic, but he's good. He's a strong physical receiver after the catch. I like him a lot for the Titans this year. And then number 1, I have Drake London. Just like Trey said, I think it's a pure volume thing. You have your man here, Calvin Ridley, suspended for the whole season. He's going to step in. He is already the wide receiver 1 there. They're going to be playing from behind. I think he goes over 1,000 yards and has double-digit touchdowns. As a Saints fan, it pains me to admit that, but I just have to say that's what it is based on pure volume alone. Now, if you look at my 2 sleepers here, I have Jameson Williams. He was my favorite receiver coming into the draft, but there's the injury concerns, and I don't know if I trust Jared Goff. However, similar situation to Drake London, playing from behind, garbage time. If Jameson's healthy, he's going to get some yards. He's going to get some touchdowns. So I would look at him super late in the draft if he's still there. And then last but not least, you want a guy, a rookie you can take with your last pick in the last round of this draft. I'm looking at Malik Willis. I don't know if Tannehill, how long the leash is going to be on this guy, okay? He's super conservative with the ball. They might get to a point where they want some splash. They're going to be like, you know what? Let's see what the young kid can do. Malik is a athletic quarterback, cannon arm. He could just be throwing deep balls to Treylon Burks. And don't forget, Robert Woods is in there now. So you got that deep ball threat. I don't know if Tannehill is going to be the guy to get Robert Woods downfield like that. I think Malik Willis very well could be that guy. Just a stash guy, stash him at the end, because if he gets out on that field, he could be a guy that at the utter least you could trade for serious compensation, or you could use him as your quarterback going forward. So those are my 5 rookies to target in the draft, as well as my sleepers. So starting with Joey, what do you think of the list?
Eric, if you change your name to the Swami, I probably would only vote against you 1 time out of 5 votes. Nah, you're good, man. You know your stuff. You and Trey both really like, the Olave guy over in New Orleans. He's a great receiver, great prospect. I love what he did. I watched his film. I'm really a big fan. I don't like the situation personally. I think he's buried in the depth chart. That's just my personal opinion. I think if there's a Michael Thomas brain malfunction again this year or an injury, then he's the best one of the best receivers you could probably have on your team. So I like him, but with caution. All right. So other than that, no, your picks are solid, man. I like what you said about Breece Hall. The Jets. You got to show me. Your insight there is good. I'm a running back guy, fantasy. I pretty much 8 out of 10 times go running back, or running back, top 3 picks. So I love myself some running backs. If it's all right with you, I'd like to kind of piggyback real quick. And because you guys had 2 extra honorable mentions, I'd like to throw 2 more names in the hat for you, if that's cool with you, Mr. Eric. So the first one's going to be Ty Davis-Price. 3rd round draft pick for the San Francisco 49ers. Is a running back in the Kyle Shanahan system. We did a 3rd round pick last year with Trey Sherman. He went in the doghouse. Honestly, when he was on the field, he didn't wow me at all, right? The guy didn't live up to what he was. They need a running back. Running backs get hurt. That guy's going to get some time. He's going to get some points, and he's probably going to get the touchdowns. He's going to be the vulture. And then the next one's going to be Isaiah Spiller. That's Los Angeles Chargers, man. Another running back for you guys. This guy, he's going to be behind, obviously their stud running back that starts, but that guy's going to get hurt. This guy's going to probably vulture the touchdowns as well. He's going to get some points. He's a nice little sneaky guy for your bye week, man. I really like this guy.
All right, appreciate the extra couple sleepers there. The one pushback I would say about the Olave being buried on the depth chart. Here's the thing. You got Michael Thomas. He's going to be running your slants, crosses, stuff like that. I like Jarvis, who we did sign, Jarvis Landry. He's going to work that slot. He's going to do a lot of drag routes, shallow crosses, things like that, little hitch routes, things like that. I like Chris Olave to take that top off the defense. He's going to be that deep play threat. He's going to run a lot of deep posts, go routes, things like that. That's why I like Olave. I think he's just going to be that deep ball threat for them. Trey, what are your thoughts on my top 5 and the sleepers?
I want to point out about Olave, okay? There's a lot of moving pieces in New Orleans. We don't know where Michael Thomas's head's at. Alvin Kamara is facing these legal situations. He's definitely not Traquan Smith, or help me out here, Eric. What's your other guy's name? God, what was he?
You're probably thinking either Deontay Harris or Marquez Callaway.
Callaway, okay? So it's definitely going to be those 3 guys. I think that 800 yards is bold, but I will say this. This is a guy basically that you're drafting that could turn into a number 1 receiver. And when I say number 1 receiver, this could be a league winner. He truly could. The problem I have a little bit with him is his yak. He doesn't have like any yak. But with that being said, with the way the offense is in the Saints, I think you could have a league winner potentially. So one thing I want to say about Joey's guy in San Francisco really quick. Look, I like the Price guy. I really think he might be something else. Shanahan likes to run the ball. One thing I did last year is I drafted Kittle. And one thing about Kittle is he either has you 25 points or 2 points. And the reason that is because they love to run the ball. It is so frustrating for fantasy. As far as being a fan, it's, that's what you want. Sliding back to your picks. I mean, dude, there's a reason why you're in the playoffs every year. You always have these little, and what's funny, guys, is he's not giving us he's giving us the butter, but he still has the pancakes behind, buddy. The pancakes are not in view of this video. So there's something that I'm sitting here like, what's going on in my man's head here? But no, wonderful picks overall. Wonderful picks.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, hopefully folks, you were able to tune in. We were able to help, give you guys some ideas here to help you guys win money, because that's what we do consistently in fantasy football each year. So let me give you a little bit of a brief rundown about what the rest of the season of the fantasy guys is going to look like. We're going to give you our top 10 wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, defense, kickers, quarterbacks. You got it all coming pre-draft. Now, around draft time and around the actual season, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the Anderson angle. Come to me when you need help setting your lineup, having questions who to start. I'm your guy. Now, if you need a sneaky player to play, somebody sneaky off the waiver wire, someone who could be streaky, and then someone else that you may want to stay away from that everyone else is trying to get off the waiver wire, go to my guy, Trey Sands. He's going to be handling all that for us throughout the course of the season. And then when we talk trades, who else to talk to but our man, Joey Sirocco here, always is looking for a trade, does more trades in our league than anybody else each year. He's your guy to talk to. If you need a trade you want to run by him, he's your guy. And then John Sirocco, not on the call tonight, but he will be with us throughout the year. He is your guy for daily fantasy. You need the algorithm. You need the guy who's going to be able to calculate out who you take each week. He's your guy. So we will be here all season long. Stay with us, though. We'll be coming up with episode 2 in about a week, and it will be the top 10 defenses you're going to want to get and when you should take a defense in your draft. That's something that tends to be debated about. Do you wait till the last round, the penultimate round? Do you steal a good defense kind of in the mid to mid late rounds? We'll talk about it all right here. So thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been episode 1 of the Fantasy Guys for 2022. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.